Valentin. Hey, welcome everyone to a special Monday night edition with Tania Valentin. She is a phenomenal entrepreneur from the West Coast. So shout out to California from Maryland. So welcome. I want to introduce this phenomenal woman. I've got to know her a little bit. You know, it's all about networking, right? And I met her on LinkedIn and read up on the phenomenal business that she has and just had to have her on because it's all about health and wellness and with her health and wellness and technology. So this is really something that you haven't heard before in the last 9 months. So I really want to tell you about this phenomenal woman, born and raised in Southern California, believe it or not, three grown children when she looked like a teenager herself. And that's about the products, right? Which leads into what we're talking about. But her passion of beauty, all things beauty, led her 30-year corporate career where she grew in corporate in the beauty industry. And 2 years ago, introduced to network marketing and launching liposomal CBD is a product that she got involved with and now has over 2,000 brand partners worldwide. That's a quick growth of a business phenomenal in 2 years. And look, her vision is now to help continue to help people bring awareness to nutritional supplements and how we can better our health and build our immune system. So welcome, Tania, to the chat with Nessa. Can
Thanks,
you hear
Nessa.
me?
Thanks for having me.
Okay, yes, I'm so
Yes, I can hear you. Can
excited.
you hear me okay?
Yes, I am so excited to have you. I know we had a change of plans, and so this is a special edition with you. And you're only the second person I've had on to talk about health and wellness. This is a very important topic, especially now. I think
Absolutely.
more so than ever. And so I wanted to start this conversation off just naturally, asking you about growing up in California. Did you ever imagine you'd be such a successful entrepreneur? And I know you had years in corporate America first, but in
Yeah.
the last 2 years, wow, an explosive growth of over 2,000 brand partners. Was that envision, as a little girl in California, did you ever envision a successful corporate career and then a huge entrepreneurial success that you become? Did you envision that as a teenager or growing up?
No, I think naturally with me just loving people, always just being involved in, even in my corporate, in cosmetics, it was always about making women feel beautiful. And so it's always been about some sort of assistance, if you would, right? Like helping out in a way that I possibly can. And so, I don't think that I ever thought, "Ooh, Tanya, you're going to be an entrepreneur for the last years of your life." No, that was nothing that, I ever thought would happen. It just happened organically. And quite honestly, Nessa, I think it's been the best decision of my life so far. I love what I do.
Oh, that's great. And I mean, the success you've had just 2 years ago introducing network marketing. But do you think your years of leading in the beauty industry helped lay the foundation for your success now? Can you hear me?
Type
Did
of
you hear my question?
position. It doesn't matter where, corporate, self-employed. Yeah, I did. Could you hear me?
Okay. You were stuck for a minute. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying that all of the experience that comes with like being involved in whether it's corporate, self-employed, or whatever it is, right? It's always about just helping people. And listen, word of mouth advertising, I've learned, is the best way to grow any business. So that's what's brought the success that I've been able to experience, with this particular journey that I'm on.
So tell us, I know nothing about, I read your websites and I heard from you first. I didn't know anything about the liposomal CBD business. Can you tell us about this? Because I've heard of CBD, but I've
Yeah.
looked at your website and the products. I'm like, wow, I need to get educated. So can you begin educating on this, the audience tonight on what this is?
Sure. And, I'm going to try to keep it as simplistic as I possibly can because, growing up, I did live my life a little more natural, holistic. So natural and CBD and things of that nature have always been part of my life. When the Farm Bill passed in 2018, all of a sudden you started to hear about CBD everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Billboards, magazines, television commercials, cosmetics, I mean, everywhere. Because you had both CNN and a lot of other platforms saying, look, this is going to be a $22 billion industry by 2022. So I, as a business person, wanted to monetize that. And I thought, man, natural CBD, But I'll tell you what blew my mind. When I got on the phone and I started to learn a little bit more about this particular journey in business, they said liposomal technology. And I thought, well, I've never heard of that. What is it? So just to keep it really simple, liposomal technology isn't new. It's been around since the 60s. It was actually created for cancer patients. Doctors way back when saw that cancer patients were not retaining their life-saving medication, right? Which back then it was chemo for cancer. So they developed this technology called liposomes. And liposomes, if you can imagine, fatty bubbles or lipids, right? So this is where way back when they were putting the chemo in those lipids. In today's time with our company, what we've done is we brought the nutraceutical space and have now put the nutrition into these lipids that basically when you take something that's liposomal, generally speaking, our digestive tract tears apart anything that you put into your mouth, whether it's supplements, food, obviously, it has to break it all down, right? So we only absorb about 8 to 12%. Everything else we eliminate. But when it's wrapped in that fatty bubble or that lipid, now you're absorbing 90 to 95%, even up to 100% into your bloodstream. Complete game changer.
Wow.
Yeah. So when I thought, CBD, liposomal, are you kidding me? That means that normally when a CBD is taken, people are absorbing about 6% into their bloodstream. With a liposome, now you're absorbing the 90 to 95% into your bloodstream.
Wow. That's a huge
Complete game
difference.
changer.
Yes, and that's why you look 15, right? There's a lot.
Well, I mean, it wasn't just, and listen, we're not just a CBD company with what I'm doing. There's other products, but it's the technology because it's
I
absorbing
understand.
into your body.
And that's why when you're out with your grown daughters, they think you're the sister. That
Right.
has a lot to do. We were talking about DNA and this product. That's
Yeah.
fascinating to me. Again, I've been reading it for about a month now, reading up and investigating, and people will definitely have your websites and contact information so they can get more information directly. But
Yeah.
I know I want to talk about the variety of products that you offer. Can you talk about the variety of products that are offered to people?
Absolutely. So our company obviously it's a natural, more organic, science-based company. We have over 15 different products in our line. From anything from your multivitamin, with which people sometimes think that's not sexy, like a multivitamin. It's not. But if you think about what our bodies need when it comes to nutrition, we need vitamins and minerals and probiotics and enzymes and greens and all omegas, right? Which normally people don't know, they're only absorbing 8 to 12%. So if they went and bought these products from GNC or from another distributor, if they don't have liposome technology attached to it, they're wasting most of their money because they're eliminating 90%, right?
Mm.
So for me, it was so core, which is, one of our products. It's like we call it the core of our business is that vitamin. We've got vitamins. We've got a product that is called Eternal that helps with antioxidants that our bodies need, collagen, CoQ10 for your heart. We have a product called Beleza for skincare. It's our very first anti-aging skincare line. We have a name attached to our Beleza, Mr. Warren Buffett. I don't know if you've heard that gentleman's
Of
name, but
course, of course.
yeah, he's
Wow.
tied into our product. And if he didn't think it was going to be a success, he
Oh,
wouldn't have
you
been
know
a
he
part of
would
it.
never invest. Right. He is only going to invest in the best. Right.
Yeah. And so,
Excellent.
we have so many. We have a protein shake. We have, a detox. We have energy. We have something called V Slim to get rid of a belly fat without having to go to the gym. Go figure.
Oh, I need to
Yeah.
get some of that tonight. Right.
Right.
That
And
one.
there's,
Right.
I know, and there's, the beauty of it is that they're all liposomal, so that they absorb into your bloodstream. And so we like to say, with our company that we're an advanced delivery systems company. We're not just a product company, because I think when people understand, the effects of what these products do to our bodies, it's all about the absorption. So, yes, you're right. We do need to take care of our bodies. With the pandemic, people were so concerned about, their immune system, right? And I love the education piece of what I do because most people don't know that when they take a zinc or an elderberry or an aloe vera, that they're only absorbing 8 to 12%.
Mm,
So, with our products, they're absorbing up to 100% into their bloodstream.
very
It's a
important.
complete game changer. And so we have a product called V-Immune for immune strength, that has those ingredients like your elderberries and your zincs and
Mm,
your aloe veras and all of those ingredients that, again, are absorbent, and we have patent ingredients. So no other company in the world has some of the patents that we have on our products, which is another big deal.
yes, yes. So I know I've read up on some of the testimonies. Do you mind sharing some of the testimonies that you've seen over the last couple years in your business from people using this product and it's how it's changed their health?
Absolutely. I mean, I've been a part and witness to hundreds and hundreds of testimonials. I'll share the ones that are close. All of them are obviously very significant. But when you can actually change your family's life and their health, it's such a blessing, right? And we can't obviously make any claims that we cure anything, or we can't. I mean, legally we can't. But I will tell you that for me, testimonials speak way more than anything published, right? Me hearing it firsthand is a much better testimonial, a much better way to share. My mother was 74 years old when she was diagnosed with a severe case of fibromyalgia. Don't know if you know what that is, but it's
Oh,
very
yes, I do.
debilitating. Okay.
Yes, I do.
So here was this little Latin woman full of spunk for most of her life. And then all of a sudden, her entire body, her life changed. She was in bed most of the day. She could not move. She was using about 10% of her body.
Mm,
So when I got involved with the company, there were two products that I shared with my mother. We had not launched our CBD yet when I started. It launched a month after I started. So the two other products, because of the liposomal technology, took my mom from that 10%. Oops. Can you see me? No.
no, I can still hear and see you. Yeah.
Oh, you can? Why can't I
Yeah.
see you? There you go. Um, So that took my mom from that 10% body usage to a 90% body usage in 30 days.
Wow.
Two products. One was called Renew. It's called Renew. The other one is called Sleep. I did not understand honestly, the epidemic of people not sleeping. I,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's such a big deal with people. It really is. Well, my mom couldn't sleep because she was in a lot of pain. But again, these products absorbed into her bloodstream the way that they did. My mom went from taking 15 different medications down to one in 30 days. Listen,
Wow.
you have that testimony. You're planting your flag and you're going to share it with as many people as you
Yes.
possibly can, right? Because it's not just about the money or how to sustain yourself. At that point, for me, that was a big reason why I started this journey. But when you start to change people's lives like that, it's almost like it's become my passion now. Like I have to gift this to people. And
Yes.
so that was a really powerful testimony. My mom now walks 2 to 3 miles a day. She has no discomfort. She actually thanked me about 6 months afterwards and said, I'm so grateful for you because I thought I was going to live the rest of my life in a wheelchair. So
Wow.
imagine, right? Then I have another amazing testimony with my nephew. My cousin, her 9-year-old son was having 3 to 4 epileptic seizures a night. Could not figure out where they came from, how. She was taking them to the top doctors. They were giving them all kinds of different strong medications. Nothing was helping Jaden. And I didn't know this. Sometimes, unfortunately, you only see the outside of what's going on in their lives. You don't really see what's going on behind closed doors, right? So for
Right.
me, when I found out about this amazing products and the opportunity, I thought I'm going to share it with my cousin. Successful business owner, her husband own a construction company. I never thought this was going on. So when I called her, she said, "Oh my gosh, Tania, I literally last night got on my knees and asked God to give me something because my son is almost at that point where he could be taken away. He has really bad seizures." Didn't know. Our CBD launched 2 weeks after. She started giving him one of our products that's called Neuro, and that's for brain function. So anything that's going on with your brain, circulation, addiction, autism, ADHD, PTSD, anything of that nature. She started to give him that, and that started to work. But what actually stopped Jaden's seizures was the combination of the Neuro and our CBD oil. He has
Mm.
not had one seizure for the last 2 years. And
Wow.
yeah, and here's what I'll tell you. Stanford Medical, where she was taking her son, actually they do these like really detailed like exams and like what do they call them? Studies, right? On people that have like really bad seizures. And she took him to the Ronald McDonald. I mean, it was a whole thing. And after they did all of the things that they did, they told my cousin that the reason he stopped the seizure stopped on him was because of the products that they were giving him, not because of the medications, because that medication was not addressing the area of the brain that was causing the seizures.
Mm.
When you have a Stanford medical doctor telling you this is what's going on with your son, you don't think that she exploded and was like, I need to share this with everybody. Like, I can't.
Exactly.
My son is alive because he has no more seizures and these products have helped him. So,
Wow.
I mean, again, I can tell you story after story that just, I mean, heart wrenching, you know, but they're
But
true.
but does he still take the CBD or the Neuro product to
Yes,
this day? Does he still
yes,
take them?
yes.
And so no seizures in 2 years, and from 4 a day to none. That's a miracle.
You want to
That's
know
great.
how you know that this works? Somehow along the way of her ordering her products, they missed it between her and her husband, and they ran out of their CBD. Jaden started having seizures again. They had stopped giving them CBD for like a day or two. And then
Wow.
she was like, Tanya, I was frantic. I ordered overnight shipping. I put that CBD in my son's mouth and seizure stopped.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
So, yeah, oh gosh.
I know.
Again, I'm going to make sure everybody has your contact information, your websites, because I was reading up and your Facebook page too, because there's a lot of information and
Yeah.
just the education that people don't know. Because I know what CBD is, but I didn't know about the fact that you don't absorb but 8 to 12% of your average vitamin. You think you're doing something, taking your
Yeah.
vitamins
Yeah.
and take care of yourself. And really, with the liposol
Yep.
that
Liposome.
it makes a big wow. So that's powerful. Now I really want to talk about your success because 2 years, it's been a little bit over 2 years or 2 years in this
Little over
industry,
2 years.
right?
Hmm.
And over 2,000 brand partners globally. So what do you think has enabled such a rapid growth in your business the past 2 years?
You know what it is people develop a belief when they get their testimonies, right? Like when people see what these products do, it's almost like they get the same excitement that I do. And I really do believe, listen, word of mouth marketing is the best type of marketing. We know that.
Yes.
If we
Hmm.
love a restaurant, we're going to share it with everyone, right? If we hate a restaurant, we're going to share it with everyone. We're like, don't go there. Their food is horrible. It's the same
Hmm.
concept with anything that you have, whether it's a product that you're selling, maybe something that you bought that you love. People love and trust you if they know you and they put their
Yes.
own testimony, then they're off on their own, right? So it's really been about sharing it with people because I have a passion and then they share it and they share it. And before you know it, you look back and you've got over 2,000 plus, partners in your business. And
Phenomenal.
it's
Mm.
global and we're just getting started. We're still considered a startup company. We're only a 3-year-old company. So
Wow.
yeah, it's definitely going to make an impact, years to come because it's already doing so great in a short period of time.
Now, I know that you had 30 years in the beauty industry, corporate America. We got something in common. I actually was in the beauty industry for a company, uh, a global brand company for 15 years at the district manager level before getting downsized in 2017.
Okay.
I never told you that. So we have that beauty, but you had 30 years in beauty industry.
I
So how
did.
did you feel about you have the launch of the skincare? You said you have skincare launch now. When did the skincare portion launch?
Uh,
I'm really interested in that.
yeah, it launched over. I know. I should show you my before and afters. It'll blow your mind. Um,
You probably were looking like this before you got the
no,
skincare
I
routine.
promise.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I mean, okay, but it
So,
really has made a difference. People look
Tanya,
at the pictures and they're like, wow. Yes, 30 years. I started when I was 18 freelancing for Christian Dior way back when. And I
and you look
always
22 and you have a daughter that's older than that and another daughter that's
I
22, so it's
do.
also the DNA. Just gotta, Tanya, be honest, it's some
I
DNA in the
thank my
family.
mother because we do have good Latin genes.
Yes, but this product is, I would, because I'm really interested in anything beauty products.
Yeah.
So this product, have you started to use it yourself?
Yes. I
And
obviously I tried the best of the best to what was considered the least expensive to the most expensive, right? Because I come from the industry.
yes.
But and I honestly didn't think it was going to make a huge difference in my skin. I really didn't. I'm being super transparent. But I'll tell you that the difference between what we have in our product and what's out in market, number one, is the liposome technology. So those liposomes that are in our skincare line, they're multi-layered liposomes, which basically means that those active, power-packed ingredients that you're delivering to your skin are actually kind of building and delivering at every layer of your skin, from your epidermis all the way down to the dermis of your skin to the subcutaneous tissue. So it's
Mm,
delivering those power packed ingredients at every layer scientifically. And of course, our products are science based. We have one of the most knowledgeable scientists. Our chief scientist has over 100 patents under his belt alone. Um, Basically said when our Beleza launched that women or men over 40 could actually reverse the signs of aging by up to 17 years.
I would never give it to my husband. He already looked like he's 15, so he would go to infant form.
I
But
mean, I
oh,
want to look
17
when I'm
years.
80, I want to look like I'm, 50.
Well,
Okay.
you don't look anywhere anyway.
Well, I'm 53 years old. So I guess I should have said I was 80, but no, I'm
You look like you're
53,
27. I mean, literally, you have grown kids. And I told you I went into shock when I read your, I said, "Oh, she has grown children? No
20,
way."
yeah, 28,
So
28,
this
26,
product
and
has
22.
improved your skin over what it was. Or you were probably already looking younger than your age, be honest.
I mean,
And
I
this,
would get that. No, yeah, I would get that. You're
so
not
you
50.
look even younger now than you did before.
I
How
do.
many years do you think is shaved
I
off?
really think it's probably, listen, I go out and people think that I'm in my mid 30s.
Thank you. That's, I was saying late 20s.
Yeah.
So wow. Do your
um,
daughters use it? Do your family, the women in your family
yes,
use
they
the,
do. Yes, they do.
yeah, that pipe, that one, and that the CBD oil. Those are probably my first two purchases. Even though I've seen some of the products, I've been researching, I've been reading through, and that's what I want everybody listening now to really reach out to this woman, because these products, since I learned about the difference in the technology, the fact that we're not absorbing,
Yeah.
but 8 to 12%. You're not, you're wasting your money at the GNC and on the vitamin.com website,
Yeah.
and
And you
people
can
don't have,
Google that. You can, how much am I absorbing? People, it's just people don't take the time to actually get informed.
and
So that's,
research,
yeah,
right.
that's where I love, because I love the education piece. Even in corporate, that was my position. I was director of
Yes.
education. So I love that piece. Knowledge is power. You don't know
Yes, it
what you
is.
don't know. You have to figure that piece out, and I tell people all the time, listen, it doesn't matter if someone, even me, if I'm sharing this with you, maybe it's a man with a lab coat and a degree. It's our responsibility always to know what we are putting into our body. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't, that person that's prescribing whatever they're prescribing, or this person that's sharing whatever they're sharing, is only going to give you what they know. You have
Right.
to really figure out those pieces for yourself, right? So
Yes.
that's just how I've always leaned on how I do my business. Like I always tell people, look, don't just take my word. If you don't know me, do a little research and then you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so the education is key, and that's probably been a secret to your success as well. Education and having the testimonies and
Mm-hmm.
being really caring about the people that you're sharing with and wanting to see the shift and a change in their life. Now, what is your vision for the future? You say your company's only 3 years old, and you already got over 2,000 brand partners.
Yeah.
So, what is your plan or goal? I know your goal is to bring more awareness to people and educate them, and what is your vision for 2021, 2022? Where do you see your business growing with educating people, or probably even on a larger global scale, right?
Yeah. I mean, we're not even in Latin America yet. Imagine. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, most of our business right now globally is in Asia.
Oh,
Yeah. But we haven't gotten into like the Latin American countries. Listen, for me, Nessa, I'll be completely honest. I love what I do. So I don't know that there's actually ever going to be an end for me. My boat is burnt. Like, this is it. This is
yes,
where
you
I'm
found
staying.
it. That's it.
Yeah, I found it. And so for me, it's the edge. We always want to share with people like the knowledge. So the education piece for me is going to be ongoing probably until the day that I die. I mean, I want to be able to teach my children, my children's children what I know so that they can carry that on, right? And
Yes.
keeping them healthy is going to be one of them. But I honestly, my vision for this company, I want to be able to grow it to the point where, I mean, listen, let's be honest. We do what we do because you love it. I wanted time freedom from my corporate job.
Hmm.
In order to create time freedom, there needed to be a certain amount of money in the bank, right? And then all of a sudden, for me, when I saw what these products were doing to people, there was a shift. So I believe really that God intended it this way. And I'm going to share a little bit about my faith, but I do believe
Uh,
that God has a plan. And
yes.
sometimes when you help people, and I shouldn't say sometimes, but the more that you help people, I feel like
Yes.
God gives you back in return tenfold.
You reap what you sow. You reap what you
Absolutely.
sow. Your heart
Absolutely.
is into helping people and blessing people, and God will make sure that you're blessed. Look, my
Yes.
mom was a minister for 40 years, so you
Yeah.
don't get me started. So as a
Right.
Christian of faith, yeah, as a Christian of faith,
Yeah.
you see God, and that's the big deal. When you put God first and you put him in your business, we have a saying here. I'm part of I Am Mastery Academy. We teach people how to trade, education platform. If God is not in your business, you're out of business.
Right.
And that is the foundation of success right there. When you let go and let God, and actually you care
Absolutely.
more about it's financial, but God will take care of all of that. He will
And
take
he
care of
has.
you when you bless other people. You don't have to even
Yeah.
think about it or worry about it, because he's going to make sure you're blessing and changing lives globally, educating people how they can change their lives for the better with this product. Then the sky is the limit.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The sky is not even that is great. So because I read that, because of course I had your Bible. Oh, she's a woman of faith, and
Yes.
that is a theme that seems to be going on for 9 months of my little chat show here. Is that literally everybody I've had on, no matter what stream of income or business, everybody had one key foundation. God
Wow.
was in their business.
Mhm.
And that is why they
Yeah.
have the pinnacles of success that they've reached, and going to, because they're serving people. It's
Yeah.
all about giving and service. But it's still hard for me to believe you have grown children. And because of children, I know they're grown, but you still have a family. So how do
Yeah.
you find I always ask, especially female entrepreneurs, work life family balance between the business? Are your daughters involved with the business? Is family involved with the business? How do you find the balance between business and having time for you? Having
Yeah.
time for yourself is very important as well.
Absolutely. Self-care is definitely important. Yes, my daughters, I mean, they did get involved, they have they do it on their own, and that's okay. Like there's no right or wrong way to do the business that you do, right? Um,
Right.
I always tell everyone that I share what I do with: God, family, business.
That's it.
And my calendar is based on God, family, business. So, my calendar is everything I plug in. I get to make my schedule now. That's one thing I love about what I do. I don't have
Yes.
a corporate time clock. And, I get to say who I work with, when I work, how long I work. That's all a gift that God has given me because I took a chance. And So, I'm very detailed in my scheduling, and I make sure that, there's enough balance in there for everything. I mean, we all have the same 24 hours. It's just about how we apply what we need to
Yes.
apply in those 24 hours, right? So,
Yes.
yeah, so that's really, I mean, I think it's just been a matter of my learning, because in corporate, it's a whole different ball game.
Oh, I did corporate for over
Yeah,
25 years.
it's
I
a
know
whole different
corporate.
ball game. Here, it's you're developing into somebody that you never even thought you could be.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
this is a personal development business along with everything else that you're doing. But it's that's why I say it's been the biggest blessing of my life, because it's grown Tanya to be the woman that she is today. And in
Yes.
the interim, God has allowed me to help other people with their health and their finances, which is amazing.
Yes,
So
because personal development is key. So you put the God first, the personal development, then the family, then the business, and God is always going to bless that, because you're always becoming, that leader, that person who's changing it. To me, I look at everything maybe from the lens of ministry. People don't realize you are really ministering to people. It's just that
yeah,
you're doing the health and wellness. Everybody has a purpose.
yes,
Everybody has a lane, and once you find it, like you said, this is it.
yep,
Because you got that financial freedom, you
yes.
have the time freedom, and that after years in corporate, you know better than me. That is everything. That
Listen,
time freedom. It
you were
wasn't back,
handcuffed, right? Handcuffed to that business, and that was
girl. That
it.
not, and y'all know you traveled 4 or 5. You traveled a lot You traveled a lot. I used to travel a lot too when I was in corporate. I was gone a lot. I like the fact that I make my own schedule. I like the fact that I can. My calendar is everything too. If you're not on it, I mean, I sit there and you have your personal time, your quiet time, your you time. You got
Mhm.
your family time. You got your business time, and you have the power. That freedom, financial freedom, is great, but time freedom,
It's everything.
it's everything, especially when you came from the corporate world.
Yes.
It's really amazing. And so, I wanted you to share in closing any words of encouragement, because I do look at a lot of people that they have a dream, they have a vision, especially since COVID. A lot of people had to shift their paradigm, the way of thinking. Their job is gone, the part-time job is gone. They had to get a new business or create a plan. What would you say to those entrepreneurs who are people who are interested? They have a vision. They want to do something different with their lives, but they might not have stepped out on faith yet to be take that leap of faith. Like you said, you made a choice, you
Yes.
changed, and you had a shift. What would be your words of encouragement?
I feel like God has always got a hold of our journey, right? He's got a way and a reason. One of my favorite scriptures is Jeremiah 29:11, right? For I know I have the plans I have for you, right? He had plans for me from the very
Yes.
beginning. And, I went through what I went through, but I will say that sometimes people are put in front of opportunities, and because they don't know what they could possibly bring, they say no right away. And so I always tell people, if you're an entrepreneur at heart, sometimes it's about taking that chance. Like you said, you take a leap of faith and you go by hope, hope and faith and all of that, right? And hope that is something that, resonates with you, and you keep going, and it'll work. Um, but I feel like at the end of the day, when we find something that we're passionate about, for me, I was presented with this. I heard it. I felt it. God was like, this is where you're supposed to be. It's kind of weird, but I tell people, like, I just knew in my heart that this was where I was supposed to be. And I said yes, because I'm taking this leap of faith. And again, I'm so grateful that I did, because I would have never known the possibilities of how your life could change. I did understand that if you didn't find a way to make money while you sleep, we were going to work until we died. It's what Warren
Yes.
Buffett says all the time.
Yes. I quote that a lot.
Yeah, we've got to find a way to make money while we sleep. And people don't understand that plan Bs are so important. We're taught to go to school, get an education, go work for someone, retire at 70. And if you're lucky, you would get to enjoy 10 years of your life. That's not living.
No.
We're not taught that you can go be an entrepreneur, work for yourself, right? Create something for you and your family. So my goal, Nessa, with all of this It's to leave a legacy for my children and my
Yes.
children's children, so that one day they can look back and say, Glammy Tanya was the one that took that leap of faith and changed the trajectory of our family's life.
Yes.
That's my goal.
Yes. Building that generational wealth too, because that 9 to 5 does not build
It's
generational
not
wealth.
going to do it.
That 401k, honey, is 410.
It's nothing.
Look, that and people don't realize each generation will need a certain amount of money, and that retirement, that Social Security, that is not. It's
There is
it's not going to make
no
it.
hope there. No hope
It's
there.
no hope. So I really want people to. I will have your contact information, but can you share your Facebook group name, because that one, your websites will be listed, your phone number will be listed. People can reach out to you, but your Facebook page name is different than your personal page name. What is the page name for the business?
That page that you're talking about is one that when people DM me, I can
Okay.
actually invite them into that Facebook group.
Okay.
They can
All
learn
right.
more about each product, and our chief scientist talks about all the products there. So
Okay.
anybody interested in learning more, they can
And
reach
they'll have
out
your
to us.
websites. I'll
Yeah,
put your
from our
websites up.
website, my phone number, and
Okay.
we can actually direct them into that particular page.
Okay. Yes. Well, I really want to thank you because I knew that when I read your bio and I met you on LinkedIn, and we met on LinkedIn. I mean,
We
this is called
did.
the power of networking.
Right.
And when I saw that video that you sent me, I said, this is it. I've got to share this woman's gift with the world. And to me, I just think
Oh,
you're phenomenal.
thank
Again,
you.
I feel like another new sister in
Yes.
Christ is what I called you, because this is a phenomenal for me. The past 9 months, I built so many relationships. Women all over the country, actually, and business owners all over the country that are women of faith that are changing lives. And that's been the key theme across the country, because literally everybody lives all over the country that I deal with now. And it's nothing but God doing this to bring the message of hope and faith. And you can touch people in that ministry that you're providing. I want to thank you for your service, because you don't might not view it like that. But
Thank
because my mom was in ministry for 40 years, I view it through a very different lens.
Yes.
You're helping lives and changing lives. Believe that is what Jesus did, right? That is ministry. I don't know if you ever thought about it like that,
Yeah, that's awesome.
but that's what you're doing, and I hope to be that partner with you on the journey, because I'm definitely going to be I've been reading for weeks about this phenomenal product, and I want to make sure the world hears it from you directly. So please reach out to Miss Tanya Valentin. She's phenomenal, looking 22, 30 years younger than the I mean, whatever. Phenomenal. And
Thank you.
so I want to thank you for sharing, because health and wellness, without health and wellness, you have nothing. That is everything we have. You without health and wellness, you cannot be here on this earth doing your purpose. Health and wellness is the foundation
It
after
is
your
key. It's
Christian faith.
everything.
Yeah, this is why this topic is so important, and I want to thank you for sharing with us. And I'm going to make sure I update the post to have her phone number, her websites. Reach out to her.
Yep.
She will also be on the Spotify, SoundCloud podcast. She'll be on everything, even up on LinkedIn tomorrow. So reach out to this phenomenal woman, and I want to thank you, Tanya, for your time, your service, and
Yes,
for changing the lives of other people. That's what you're doing every day, and I thank you, because it's from people like you, and that's your calling. Everybody has a different purpose, and I think you found yours, definitely, for ministering to people through health and wellness, to keep them here
yes,
long enough and be healthy long enough so they can fulfill their purpose as well. So,
absolutely.
and you got to send me a picture of the girls, because I can't believe,
I
the
will
girl. I
do
want to
that.
see.
I
Yes,
will do
send it
that.
to my phone. So I want to thank you for your time, and thank you for your patience, because I know I had to emergency last month, and thank you
It's
for making
okay.
it part, because I know you're a busy entrepreneur with a global brand, and so it's very important that your time is valuable. So I appreciate you taking your time with me tonight.
Thank you so much, Nessa. I appreciate you as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Okay, take care.
Bye-bye.